Beloved, shalom, shalom, beloved, shalom. We are going to talk about spiritual wealth. We are going to talk about spiritual wealth. We have a royal inheritance. We have such a rich royal inheritance that we have been given. Spiritual wealth, a rich royal inheritance. We have that love, ahava. Love is a seed, love is wealth. That's right. If we have love, love is a type of wealth. And if we have that abundance, that multiplication, that overflow, prosperity, there's so many different types of wealth, but the best one, honestly, is love. You cannot buy or sell love that is authentic. Spiritual wealth is absolutely priceless. And what is started in the spiritual always manifests to the natural. So we're going to talk about spiritual wealth, and we're going to talk about how we can prosper, not just spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, and create streams of income. Let us go before the Maker, the Master, the Creator of all, none other than El Elyon, Most High, Adonai the Maker, El Shaddai. That's right, the sufficient one, more than enough. Avida Makina, our Father, our King, we come boldly before your holy throne of grace. We acknowledge you as the Maker, the Creator of all. And we thank you for giving us the ability to create wealth, for giving us creative ideas, for giving us the plans, and for giving us the keys to wealth as we go about. And as we do exactly what we are instructed to do with divine instructions, so that we can be wealthy and healthy in every aspect of our lives. And we know that seeds have to be planted for something to actually grow. And we have everything that we need inside of us. We have been given everything that we need. It's like a seed. We only have to push it out or birth it out. That is the way wealth goes. Now, love is a type of wealth, ahava in Hebrew. There are many different words for love in Hebrew and Aramaic, and you may want to do some studying on your own about those different words and what they mean. Osher, Osher, is a word for wealth in the Hebrew language. Now, I just prefer to walk outside as I talk. So it is written in Devarim, which you may know as Deuteronomy, that Hashem, the creator of all, gives us the ability to create wealth. And you may ask, what is wealth? What makes us wealthy? Wealth is abundance. Wealth is having more than enough. We can have so many different types of wealth. Love is a type of wealth. Joy is a type of wealth. Peace is a type of wealth. There is the spiritual that is intangible, and then there is the part that is material that is manifested into the earth. So we have these treasures, these hidden treasures within us, and we have creative ideas. We've been given the ability to create wealth. And you may ask, what does that mean? Is there an illustration for that? Yes, think about often so much about agriculture and the farmer, how the farmer goes out and the farmer plows the field and plants the seeds and waters it and makes sure there's enough light and continuously takes care of it and nurtures those seeds until they grow into plants and trees and so on and so forth. It's so wonderful. It's so incredible the way everything starts from a seed, a little seed, and grows into a plant, then to a tree, then to a bigger tree. And then there are some trees that produce fruit, and there's some trees that produce flowers. Some produce flowers and fruit. However, we have a seed. You may say, what? Yes, we have a seed, and we are to be prosperous and wealthy. We have seeds of destiny. We have seeds of love. So we are ones who carry seeds, and our children, both natural and spiritual, are our seeds as well. However, all of the seeds are created by the Maker, Adonai. However, we are given the ability to create wealth. That is so incredible. You may want to read about it for yourself in Devarim or Deuteronomy 8:18. And then, as you know, there is MISHLEI, or you may know as Proverbs 10:22, that Adonai gives us all that we need to be prosperous and adds no sorrow to it. No sorrow. You may ask, what does that mean? When you read it in different translations, it may not be the same. It may have a different word than what we are used to seeing. It may not be sorrow, it may be something else. However, when we think about seeds and we think about agriculture, we have to keep in mind that trees or plants have roots. Herbs, all of those have roots. So when we plant something, there's a seed, then the roots sprout, and then it grows. You have leaves, you have buds, flowers, fruit. It's a it's quite an interesting process, agriculture itself. And we have so many different illustrations of wealth. We have gold, the refiner's fire, how the gold is refined and purified, and that is another illustration of how we are to be. We're to be refined and purified and cleansed and washed, and just like with clothing or laundry, or the way we wash our hair, our body daily, we too have to wash or cleanse and purify our minds and our hearts and everything pertaining to our mind, body, soul, and spirit. We want to be clean vessels, pure vessels. So we want to be clean, pure vessels that are righteous, that are holy, that are loyal and faithful, that are kind and We want to be sure that we have the right ingredients within us, with the right mind, a right heart, a right spirit, the right attitude. It's like baking a cake. It's so many different illustrations that we can use. However, we have been given the ability to create wealth with creative ideas. We have been given the ability to create wealth so that we can be a blessing to others. We are blessed to be a blessing. It's not for us to keep it all for ourselves, it's so that we can share. It's so that we can help others that need to be helped. We are not helpless or hopeless or powerless. So we have to always remember that there is a lot that goes into prosperity and wealth and being able to maintain it. We have to be able to maintain that wealth, that prosperity, that royal rich inheritance. We have to be ones that know how to manage it well. We're to be good, not just good, we're to be excellent stewards and managers of our time, talent, and treasures. Of our time and our talents and treasures. There are many successful small businesses or family businesses, and they keep it simple. They don't make it complicated. Like Utz potato chips, they specialize in potato chips. They make other snacks, but they stick with what took them to a place of elevation, and they're well known for potato chips. Many different flavors, many different types of potato chips. I think they also had pretzels and other types of snacks. However, they specialize in snacks, mainly potato chips. That's their main thing. And that's usually how most people are successful, when they stick to that one thing and focus on that one thing that took them to a place of elevation, that took them to a place that was successful, where they were thriving, where they thrived. Us thrived with potato chips. Think about that. So honestly, to be quite honest with you, I don't have notes this time for this particular live. I was led by Ruach. I was led by the Maker to just go and flow, rather than to have notes, rather than to have it written out and all of that. And we should desire spiritual wealth and authentic love more than anything that is tangible. What we can touch is good. However, we should always be careful about what we are touching and what is tangible. We should always be very mindful of what we do, what we say, where we go, who we are connected to. All of it matters. If you want to lead a quiet life, if you want to lead a life that is abundant, the abundant life, you always have to keep in mind that you should always allow wisdom to be your portion. And you should always love above all else. You should always treat others the way you want to be treated. If you wouldn't want someone to talk negatively about you, do not talk negatively about somebody else, no matter who it is. If you want others to treat you right, treat others right. Even if they don't treat you right, still treat them right. A lot of times, our reaction or our response to somebody else is going to be what is going to lead us to that right place, to that right time with the right people so that we can have divine connections and destiny helpers. Everyone is not meant to be close to us. So we must be sure that we have that wisdom, understanding, discernment is very important, discerning of spirits. We need to pay attention to the warning signs. If there are red flags about certain people, we should not ignore those warning signs about certain people. Now, that doesn't mean that you cut them off or block them or try to counsel them or whatever. It just means that you should keep a safe distance from these people that may be toxic or unhealthy relationships for you. People do change. So don't write anybody off. Don't cut somebody off permanently. People can change for the better many times, and we see many illustrations of that in so many different scenarios. There's always a testimony to share. We should always be testifying, not just about spiritual wealth or about wealth as it pertains to tangible items or possessions. Many are entrepreneurs and they have multiple businesses and companies. However, it is better to have spiritual wealth. When you have spiritual wealth, you are more concerned about eternal treasures than temporal treasures. We have to always keep in mind that we should always please the Maker, El Shaddai, before any person on this earth, even our parents, our spouses, our children, leaders. It doesn't matter who it is. We need to be sure that we are rooted, that we have a strong, firm foundation, that we have that anchor, that our roots are like the oak tree, that we flourish like the palm tree. We have to be sure that we are feeding our spirit excellence, excellent spiritual fruit and food, and taking of that living water, having that bread of life, and partaking of the fruit of the vine, and being sure that we are connected to that true tree of life. That is our sustenance. So as we go forth, we are going to let our light shine bright as we should always do. Light is so important. We have to write the vision and make it plain and then run with it, because without the light to see, we can have the plan. However, we need spiritual sight to see. As you see now, there is not enough light. So I have to go back to a place where there's enough light so that I can see where I am going. I have to be sure that I take the right steps, take the right path as I go forward. I need to make wise choices regarding my health, regarding my strings of income, regarding my husband, regarding my children, regarding my family, my friends, my associates, my neighbors, my colleagues, and so on and so forth, my neighbors, everyone else that I come in contact with, that I am being a steward or manager that is managing well rather than to mismanage. So we want to be very careful. We want to be sure that our words are life-giving, that our words are full of love and light, that our words are truthful, truthful words, words that are in alignment with the voice of truth. There's so many times when people may speak something that is the truth, however, it is harsh, it is brash, it is impolite, it is disrespectful, and it is not pleasing in the sight of the maker of all, the creator of all, El Shaddai. So we must be very careful to tame our tongues, to be careful about the words we speak into the atmosphere. Words have weight and words have power. Words have power. We can speak life. We have a choice. We can speak life or we can speak the opposite of life. We always want to be sure that our words are loving and kind, that our words are encouraging. We want to encourage people. We don't want to discourage. So we always want to testify of the greatness, of the faithfulness of the maker, the creator of all, El Shaddai. We always want to tell someone our story, not so we can be popular or so people can say, oh, wow, she has a story, she has a testimony. It is so that others will know the maker, so we can make the maker's name great, not ours. There's so many people going around talking about their opinion, their theories, what they think, what they believe, and all of that. We have to know that we know that we know what is being spoken to us from the voice of truth. There is only one voice of truth, who is the maker, Adonai, El Shaddai, whatever name you use for the maker, Abba. There is only one who has created all. And the maker is not man or woman, male or female, not a thing, not a it, not a ghost. Many people like to use the word ghost. No, none of that. We have to reverence the maker. We really need to get to a place, a posture, and a position where we are reverencing the maker. The maker is not like a person or place or a thing. The maker is not a genie in a bottle where you rub and you get a wish. The maker is not a magician. However, the maker is the only true miracle worker, waymaker, promise keeper, and the source of light, the power source for everything pertaining to this life. And many people right now are under the influence of that spirit of mammon, that mindset of mammon. They want to get money. They want to do this. They want to get that. They want to be successful according to the world standards and the world system. And they have lost the way. They have lost the kingdom way. We have to be kingdom builders for the true kingdom. There is only one kingdom. Darkness does not have a kingdom. I know many people say it. It sounds popular. It sounds good. Everyone wants to talk about the darkness and the negativity. However, we need to be talking about the light and positivity and positive things and dreams and visions. We need to be talking about what is great, what is excellent, what is worthy of speaking about. We don't need to talk about doom and gloom and all of that other stuff. And always keep in mind that death, destruction, disaster, disease, and all of that, and darkness and deception as well, needs your permission to enter. So don't give it permission to enter. Oh gosh. Silence the voice of every naysayer. and every lying tongue. That is what we are to do. Every word spoken that is tied to lack, poverty, sickness, disease, we have to break and cancel it. We have to be the chain breakers, the bondage breakers. We have to be the ones who reverse the word curse spoken. We should have no fear of any dragon. We should have no fear of any giant. We should have absolutely zero fear and zero tolerance for any wicked ruler. We can move mountains just by speaking into the atmosphere. We have authority and dominion in the land of the living, and we need to use that authority. We need to use it so the captives can be set free. We have to draw a line in the sand and stop allowing what is not our portion to trespass into our private space. We have to take back regions and territories and nations and tribes. We have to change the atmosphere. Chaos and confusion is not our portion. Shalom and peace is our portion. So as you go about, write the vision and make it plain and run with it. But be sure that you allow the maker to be the author of that book, because new books and chapters are being written right now, not just for you, not just for me, for everyone, all of humanity and all of creation. Creation has a part in this. They keep the covenant. They are covenant keepers. Yes, every living thing. Nobody is left out. Nobody. No. Everything and everyone has to submit and surrender to Hashem, the name above all names, the true maker. Be very careful about who you listen to and what you know to be the truth. Make sure that it's not a theory or opinion of a person that got it wrong. Be very careful. Discernment. We all need discernment. Anybody can be deceived. There is only one who cannot be deceived, and that's the Maker, the Creator, who knows all. There's nothing the Creator doesn't know. When people tell you stuff and they tell them, they say it's trying, the Maker is trying, or the Maker's going to test you to see, the Maker already knows what you're going to do before you do it. Already knew way long time before you even got to that point. Before you even reached that place to make that decision. Be sure that you examine everything carefully. Test everything. I'm talking about everything. There are times when you see something, or when we see something and it's not what we think we saw. Our very own eyes can deceive us. So we are not to put our faith, hope, trust, and confidence in any human, none of humanity or any of creation. We're only to put it, not an angel either. We're only not a prophet or a prophetess or a prophet, or whomever, apostle. We're only to put all of our hope, trust, faith, and confidence in the Maker alone. None other. There is none greater. The only one who has all power to do all things. The Maker could turn this whole world upside down and shake it with a fingertip, not even a fingertip. I'm telling you. It's not a good thing to anger or upset the maker. The maker is like a fire who breaks rocks into pieces. There is nothing at all impossible for the maker, and all things are possible with the maker. El Shaddai is not to be played with at all. There are many who think they have entitlement to certain wealth and riches just because they think they have been given that. Nobody is to be arrogant or boastful or conceited or any of that, or haughty or stingy or greedy or selfish. There are consequences for everything. For everything. Everything we do has a consequence, whether negative or positive. And there's no way there could be a counterfeit if it wasn't the authentic first. Remember, stop giving all this credit to these people, the part of humanity that is walking in darkness and spiritual blindness. Have no fear of such people. None. Zero. Don't tolerate their nonsense and their foolishness either. Too many people are giving these people that are under strong delusion authority that they really do not have. No, don't do it. Keep the doors closed and shut to darkness, destruction, disaster, disease, and death. Only you can open that door and let them in. Do you not know that disease needs your permission to enter? And once you've accepted it and you have received it, then disease can enter you, or infirmity, or whatever you want to call it. Reject it. Never reject the truth, the absolute truth, but always reject destruction. Always reject disease. Always reject disaster. Always reject depression. Always reject what is not your portion. I don't know what animal that was. It just popped up out of nowhere. I'm going ready to go inside. This is like the wilderness out here. Foxes running around, bats. I mean, I'm going inside. I like to stick to the bunny rabbits and the deer. Just saying. It's a wild night of many different things going on. And creation senses something in the spirit, I'm telling you. Everybody thinks animals are just clueless. Animals know more than most people. Animals and angels are not clueless, trust me. They see in the spirit as well. They're just not conformed to this wicked world system. They're just not under a strong delusion, most of them. There are some that are disobedient. We're not going to get into that right now. We'll get into that at a later time. Right now, we're going to lift up a prayer for all of us so that we can have our spiritual senses sharpened and heightened so that we don't miss opportunities, those golden opportunities to obtain kingdom wealth. There's a very big difference between kingdom wealth and worldly riches. It's not the same thing. Avina Mukina, our Father, our King, we come boldly before your holy throne of grace. We thank you that you are our maker. You are our master. You are the one who has formed us, and you know everything about us. We thank you that you have given us the ability to create wealth. We thank you that you have given us what we need to be prosperous, and you add absolutely no sorrow to it, no sadness. You add nothing to it other than pure joy and delight. As long as we follow your divine instructions, we will prosper. We will be wealthy. We will be healthy. We will lack no good thing. We are blessed to be a blessing, and we can bless so many when we follow your divine plan, when we follow your divine strategies to accumulate wealth and to prosper and to bless many people. We thank you that you have made us kingdom builders in this season, in this time right now, to do great things. Show us great and mighty things that we do not know, that we incline our ears to hear your voice of truth and not to follow anyone except for you, so we will not be led the wrong way or go astray. We thank you for giving us all that we need. The victory is ours. We declare and we decree it into the atmosphere. We are victorious. We are prosperous. We are wealthy. We are wise. And we have the victory in the land of the living. We are blessed to be a blessing. You put us here for such a time as this so that we can feed the nations, so that we can help those who need help, so we can give hope to those who need hope, and so that we can be the chain breakers and the bondage breakers and those who are change agents that need to bring important answers to questions and to bring solutions to conflicts. We thank you. We give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. We thank you for breaking the chains of religiosity and religion's traditions, legalism, every bondage, every addiction, every affliction. We thank you for reversing every word curse spoken that leads to death, both natural and spiritual. We thank you for breaking the chains of addiction to shisha, strange smoke, strange fire, where people have an addiction to smoke something and pay all this money just to continue to smoke it rather than to fund the kingdom. We thank you that your mighty hand is moving against that spirit and that mindset of addiction that keeps people smoking and vaping and keeps people drinking alcohol and wasting all that money that can go to the kingdom to feed those who need food and to help those who need clothing and those who need shelter and transportation. You said that you would give us abundance, overflow, all that we need. You said you would give us that supernatural multiplication, mm, and acceleration as long as we are obedient, as long as we are loving and putting you first and loving all of humanity and all of creation. Being pro-life in every aspect of the word, that we are ones who protect and defend life in all life forms because all lives matter. Our lives matter. We are not here to be doormats or slaves or servants. We are royal heirs who are called friends of El Elyon, the Most High, Hashem, the name above all names. And we are not apologizing for it. We're not backing up, backing down, backing out. We will not comply. We will not compromise. We will not bow or bend to wicked rulers or to people that are coming forth to kill, steal, and destroy. We render it powerless. We take it by force. We recover all because you have given us the divine strategies to do so. We take back the regions and territories from the wicked who are causing so much lawlessness and wickedness and delusion and deception and destruction. Thank you, mighty warrior Adonai Silvio. Thank you, El Shamri, for going before us and making the crooked path straight. We break the chains of addictions to smoke, strange fire that poisons the body, and all that pharmakia that's so detrimental to the health. Everything that comes against the head, we render it powerless, whether it be the spiritual head or the natural head. And everything that comes against the woman, who is the life giver, the woman, the mother, not just for humanity, but for creation, all of creation. We come against everything that is seeking to cut off the life cycle, not just for humanity, the mothers, but also for creation, for those mothers who are carrying those babies, those animals. We come against all of that that comes to take life. We thank you for being a wall of fire around each and every one of us. We give you all the glory and honor and praise. We thank you, our Maker, Abba, Adonai, Hashem, Yireh, our provider, Raphael, the one who has healed us, the greatest physician, the only great physician, who has given us dreams and visions, who has given us the divine plan for everything pertaining to this life. We have greatness in us. We only need to push because we're being stirred up to push and to roar, to have birthings, to birth it out, to birth out the promise, to birth out that kingdom marriage, that kingdom ministry, that kingdom entrepreneurship, that kingdom philanthropy, those kingdom babies, the kingdom birthings, both natural and spiritual. And we thank you for giving us the desire to be obedient, for giving us the strong desire and the discipline and self-control to obey you, to keep your commands, to always submit and surrender to your will and to your way, to do it the kingdom way as you have instructed us to do so. And we say, so be it, amen. And we say, teleo, it is done. And we say, teletestai, it is finished. And we say, sweet sleep, shalom. Until the next time, always expect great things. Expect miracles, supernatural signs, wonders, multiplication, acceleration. Don't be limited. Don't be in a box. Break free from all the chains and limitations, bondage, and all of that. Don't allow an addiction or affliction to rule your life. Don't allow a word curse to give you fear and anxiety or depression. Let your portion always be love, joy, peace, shalom, kindness, and the like. Always be compassionate. Always be generous. Never be stingy. All stingy people will not be able to be prosperous and wealthy. Sow seeds to love, sow seeds to life. Walk in the light, walk upright with a good name and a good character. You can do it. Congratulations, you are in the winner's circle. Shalom, beloved, and sleep well. Sweet dreams and sweet sleep. Guard your eye gates and your ear gates. Do not allow anything to enter in that is going to steal, kill, or destroy your joy, your hope, your laughter, and your smile. Shalom.